shaped like a tea biscuit, sat slightly askew. "No, thank you," said Hector. He knew it usually took me a moment to find my tongue when talking to unfamiliar adults. The man sucked in his cheeks and narrowed his eyes. "I am Mr. Bessel, the bell captain. I must inform you that children from the village are not permitted inside the hotel." "This is sad for them," said Hector. "Being guests, however, we are much appreciating our freedom to explore." "Guests?" said the snooty man. "In which room?" 201, I said. "The Morton family," said Hector. The bell captain made a humping noise and retreated, but only by 2 or 3 paces. "Bessel the buzzard," I whispered, hovering over his prey. "May our bones get stuck in his teeth," said Hector. "What do you suppose made him think?" I said. Hector was smartly dressed, as always, the collar of his sailor suit crisp and white. And well, now that I saw Hector's face, I realized that I was wrinkled and dishevelled from the journey and had not made the slightest effort to repair myself. It had been Granny's idea that we should come here to the Wellspring. Attached to the hotel was a spa with Turkish baths. Mummy was to take the waters each day for 2 weeks, meaning that she would sit in rooms full of steam and plunge into pools filled with waters pumped from the natural chalybeate springs that flowed beneath the town. She would drink those waters too, loaded with iron, to restore her health and her spirits, still so low more than a year after Papa died. While Mummy was being cured, Grannie Jane would knit, and Hector and I would have splendid adventures. The bell captain was still on our heels when I noticed a passage marked with an elegant arrow. "To the garden." "Let's look outside," I said. We slowed down behind a gentleman using a walking stick, and finally Mr. Bessel chose not to follow. We paused to give the doddery man time to turn the corner, but he paused too. An odd rumbling noise announced the approach of something heavy, like a wave dragging across a stony beach, like a galloping goat, like a pram full of stones. And then, whoosh! A boy in a wheelchair hurtled around the corner and jammed to a halt, only a cane's length in front of us all. The gentleman gasped, leaning heavily against the wall. Hector, ever alert, jumped to assist by offering an arm for support. He guided the man to a handy seat that seemed placed there for the very purpose of allowing a startled old person to recover from a fright. The boy who had caused the upset watched us, looking not in the least bit contrite, but as pleased as if he'd won a race. "You might have knocked him down." My scolding slipped out, though he was a stranger and an invalid. I felt the flush flood my cheeks. I guessed that he was 2 or 3 years older than I, 14 perhaps, or 15. Being seated, his height could not add to my guess. I did not allow my gaze to linger on his dangling legs. His face looked healthy enough, pink skin with what Grannie Jane would call apple cheeks because of being shiny and rosy. "He might have tangled my wheels with that stick," he said. "You tell your grandpa." "He is not my grandpa," I corrected. The gentleman was on his feet again, with Hector's help. "You are mended, monsieur?" said Hector. The man waved Hector away and jabbed a finger at the wheelchair boy instead.
"You are a menace," he said. "My heart is not as reliable as it used to be. Such a shock is most unhealthy. Why is a cripple permitted the liberty of tearing about like a hooligan? I shall have a word with the management."
"Oh, Georges," came a voice from behind us. "What have you done now?" The woman was brown-skinned, dressed in navy blue, and with a nurse's crisp white cap.